of the conversations, the word hadith has and sunnah has many meanings depending on how you use it. When we use it as the scholars of the seerah or the scholars of the sunnah, a hadith is every single statement of the Prophet ﷺ. Every statement of the Prophet ﷺ is a hadith. Therefore, whatever he said is a hadith. Even his jokes, ﷺ, even his jokes, and he did crack jokes, by the way. Our Prophet ﷺ cracked jokes. He had a sense of humor. And there are many stories, inshallah, one day I might give a lecture about the humor of the Prophet ﷺ. Even his jokes are statements of fact. We derive aqeedah and fiqh and adab from his jokes, right? I mean, you all know the famous joke of the old lady, right? Yes. The old lady. It's a theological point that we derive. All people will not enter Jannah. They're all going to be young. It's a joke he cracked at the old lady, that old ladies are not going to enter Jannah, right? And the old lady started wailing and crying and goes, Ya amatah, oh my dear mother, yes, old ladies are not going to enter Jannah. Allah will cause you to become a young lady, then cause you to enter Jannah, right? It's a theological point of benefit that we derive. And fiqh as well, and other things that we derive. You know, the famous hadith that the Prophet was on his deathbed, and you know, Aisha fell sick as well on his deathbed. Aisha had a fever as well, right? And you know, she began complaining about her head, and you know, she felt she's about, I mean, you know, she's a young girl, she felt she's about to die or something. And so the Prophet is joking with her and saying, Yani, you know, what is the matter with you if you die? Why are you worried? You're going to be so fortunate and blessed that I'm going to wash your... You know, he knows he's about to die, by the way. So he's cracking jokes on his deathbed to make the mood easier for Aisha to bear, right? And so he tells Aisha, if you die, even though he's about to die, if you die, alhamdulillah, I'll wash your dead body, right? And I'll pray over you, and I'll, you know, give you a dafn. I mean, what more can you want, right? So he's joking with his wife. And then, of course, Aisha replies, I'm sure you're waiting for that day, because then you won't have anybody between you and your other wives, right? Because Aisha was the main barrier. Yani, she was the one, mashallah, controlling the Prophet in this matter, right? And so from this we derive the fiqhi perspective point, which, by the way, our culture does not agree with, the Hanafi culture, but the fiqhi point, husbands can wash the bodies of their wives and vice versa. Because he clearly said, I would wash your body, right? And pray over you and whatnot. So we derive a fiqh from this joke. That, you know, there's a cultural thing, the nikah breaks. This is not true at all. This is just a cultural thing. And the husband cannot... This is clearly in Sahih Bukhari hadith. So everything that comes from the Prophet is a hadith. No questions about that.